good shot of your better side.
No mirrors. Pull them. Okay, everybody hear that? No mirrors.
I want to remind everybody that this field of mini dwarf cars is sponsored by Gunn & Ray Roofing with the coordinator Betty Gunn. How about giving Gunn & Ray Roofing a big round of applause? And Betty Gunn, she helped put this division together. Kids get the first green flag of the day, and the racing is underway as the number 02 car, driven by Amanda Parkers, jumps into the early lead. But here comes Jeremy Marsh on the outside. Amy Cox holding on to the second place spot. Look at these kids battle as they roar around turns number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway they fly. Amanda Parkers continues to hold on to a lead over number 86, Amy Cox. Here comes Dennis Flipper Helsel on the outside. Look at that move by the 01 car. That's Wendy Parkhurst on the inside. She's got her sights set on that second position down the front straightaway. Look at the battles ensuing in that second and third place spots. But once again, number 02, Amanda Parkhurst, continues to hold on to a wide lead over her sister, Wendy Parkhurst, who just jumped into second place. She's got her work cut out for her. She has got to hold off the charge of number 23, Dennis Flipper Helsel. The battles continue as the field spreads out just a little bit, but boy, we are going to have a tussle for those first three positions. Dennis Helsel trying the outside line down the back straightaway as he tries to get by Wendy Parkhurst. Yellow flag comes out as the number 86 car, driven by Amy Cox, comes to a stop at the start-finish line. Try and get her back on the track. We'll be watching for the green sheet to fly to get this race underway one more time, and there we go. A dash to turn number 1 as Amanda Parkhurst tries to hold off the charge of sister Wendy Parkhurst. But there's Dennis Flipper Helsel as he tries the outside. Now switches to the inside, down the front straightaway. Dennis Flipper Helsel moves into second place, but it's not going to be easy as Wendy Parkhurst wants that position right back. Amanda's going to have her work cut out for her as Dennis Helsel putting on a charge. Look at that battle for second and third. Wendy Parkhurst trying to jump back into second place, but Dennis Helsel holds her off as he has got his sights set on that lead position. On the inside, Dennis Flipper Helsel moves into the lead with traffic in front. Let's see if he can hold off Amanda as she tries to get that position back. Amanda goes wide. That loses her lead position all the way back to third place as Wendy Parkhurst finds herself in the second place spot. But Dennis Flipper Helsel, as he has done so many times before, works his way through the pack and into a lead. But he'll have his work cut out for him as he's got to work his way through some slower traffic in front. through turns 3 and 4. Dennis Flipper Helsel holding on to the lead as we continue under green. Wendy Parker's in the second place spot. What a show these kids put on as we have got one lap to go in the mini dwarf car division. Dennis Flipper Helsel through turns 3 and 4 will take the checkered flag. That's number 23, Dennis Flipper Helsel. Wendy Parker's number 01 finishing second. But there's your winner, number 23, Dennis Helsel. Give him a big hand, and how about a huge round of applause for all of the mini dwarf car division racers. That's earlier in the day. We were watching 2 and 3 groove running out here on this track, so it should be a very, very fast track all day long. Our flagman, Ples Tyler, has the green flag in hand, and we're just about ready to get the 20th Annual Turkey Classic underway with the mini stock division. What do you say? Just a little bit of adrenaline flow in there as these guys tried a little Texas start coming out of turn number 4. And Ples Tyler backs out of the flag stand. These guys are going to have to try and hold their positions until Ples decides that the race will begin. So he'll give them a good look one more time. And they've come out of turns 3 and 4. Give them a big hand as we watch for the green sheet to fly, and we're racing. The 20th Turkey Classic is underway at Pearsonville Speedway. 2 abreast out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Number 96, Bob Walker, takes the early lead over number 17, Mark Newstead, but never count out number 20, Jack Freeland, as he holds on to the rail. Down the front straightaway they fly. Continuing to hold on to the lead over Mark Newstead. Of course, today's events will just be heat races as these guys put together for tomorrow's main events. So top finishings here in the heat races, very important to these drivers. Bob Walker has a hard time coming out of turn number 2 and goes wide down the back straightaway. And then gives Mark Newstead the opening he was looking for to make up some ground. To try and take over that lead position in the number 17 car. Number 96, Bob Walker, has a hard time once again coming out of turn number 2. Contact made between he and Mark Newstead, but they are able to keep it on the race course as they will continue to battle for position as they are looking for lead spots in tomorrow's main events. Back there trying to hold off the charge of number 13, Don Clark. Jack keeps to the inside. Don Clark goes wide and Jack pulls away down the back straightaway. There's your leader, number 96, Bob Walker, as he begins to pull away from Mark Newstead. Newstead having to try and get by some slower traffic out there. They'll try and make up some ground on Bob Walker. But Bob Walker set his car up just exactly right for the track as it stands right now. Continues to pull away with the lead. Mark Newstead goes high coming out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. And he has got his work cut out for him as Bob Walker continues to pull away. Jack Freeland continuing to battle with Don Clark for that 3rd place position. But our visitor, number 96, Bob Walker, he finds the white flag indicating 1 lap to go as he will be looking for the first checkered flag of the day. Out of turn number 4, he flies. There's your winner, number 96, Bob Walker. Finishing second, number 17, Mark Newstad. It's going to be a battle for the third place spot, but it looks like it's going to be Jumping Jack Freeland as he holds off the charge of Don Clark. Our first winner in that number 96 car, that's Bob Walker, sponsored by the Audio Shop, J&D Machine, The Mean Thing, Burger King, Southwest Gas, Big D Towing and Salvage. In the number 02 car, of course, Ryan Flip Wagner. With green sheet in hand, Les Tyler takes a look at these guys as they come out of turn number 4, and the green sheet flies, and we are racing once again at Pearsonville Speedway. Marvin Grinder and Brian Flip Wagner battled through turn number 2, but number 67, Brad Cox, spins out, coming out of turn number 2, and the racing will continue. Brian Wagner with the lead. Marvin Grinder in second place, closely followed by Marla Bulpett. Marla has a little trouble coming out of turn number 2. That will put number 7, Robert Walsh, into the third place position. Look at that battle for third and fourth place spots between Marla Bulpett and number 7, Robert Walsh. Brian Wagner begins to smoke a bit. We'll see if he can hold that beast together for a checkered flag, as the battle really right now is for the second and third place positions. Number 7, Robert Walsh, tries the outside, then the inside, trying to get underneath number 8, Marvin Grinder. And we've got a rollover coming out of turn number 2. Number 76, Marla Bulpett, will bring out the red flag. The red flag will come out as Marla Bulpett, having trouble out of turn number 1, catches a tire as she heads towards turn number 2 and does a double roll into the wall outside of turn number 2. That brings out the red flag. The U.S. Reynolds Fire Protection Unit heads out there immediately, along with the Fleet Tech tow truck. And the great track staff here at Pearsonville Speedway, very fast on the march as they run out there to make sure that Marla is okay. Her number 76 car, sponsored by D&T Dismantlers and TNC Screen Printing. We'll wait and give you the indication on how she's doing. Boy, one quick rollover. She came out of turn number 1 and then caught a tire and flipped it over once again towards the wall. We'll give you an indication as soon as we know. Looks like Marla's out of the vehicle. How about a big hand for our driver, number 76, Marla Bulpett. The same spot, only difference was he didn't break a nail. We'll be watching for the green sheet to fly, and we are racing once again at Pearsonville Speedway, and this the second heat race of the mini factory stock division. It continues. Look at that battle for the second and third place spots. But Brad Cox is going to find himself right in the fight as they both dive into position into turn number 1 and 2. Brad Cox, number 67, takes out the number 7 car. That's driven by Robert Walsh, and I think we might see at least the point of the black flag at Brad Cox as he comes by. And he is going to be asked to leave the race course. Brad Cox, number 67, getting in a tussle in turn number 1 with number 7, Robert Walsh, and he is asked to leave the race course. The number 02, Brian Wagner, continuing to billow smoke, but continues to hold on to the lead. Over second place, number 8, Marvin Grinder. Brian Wagner, I don't know, is he going to be able to hold this thing together, race fans? Let him hear it as he comes by. Grinder trying to make up some ground. Marvin Grinder has made up a lot of ground very quickly. Marvin has trouble coming out of turn number 4, and that's what Brian Flip Wagner needed to continue to smoke in the lead, as it looks like he might have lost a radiator hose there. He starts to blow steam out from under the hood. With just a few laps to go, can he hold off and take the checkered flag as that car continues to heat up with 1 lap to go, and Brian Wagner has to pull into the infield and hammers on his steering wheel in disgust as the 02 car will not hold together. The number 8 car, Marvin Grinder, with a wide lead, will head through turns 3 and 4 looking for a checkered flag and a victory in this, the second heat race of the Mini Factory Stock Division. There's your winner, number 8, Marvin Grinder. Brian Wagner able to hold on for a second place finish, which should give him a pretty decent position for tomorrow's main event, but what a turn of events for him as he led this thing from start to finish, well, almost to the finish, as he had trouble mechanically coming out of turn number 4 with 1 lap to go, giving the victory to number 8, Marvin Grinder, sponsored by Boyce Racing. How about a hand for your winner, Marvin? All right, you didn't say it clearly enough, so I'll have to say it for you. Number 79, Pat Harker, thank you. And we are racing in the ladies division. This is the first heat race as Kim the Big Cat Kittner on the inside moves into that second place position. But watch out for number 79, Pat Harker, as she puts on a charge, trying to catch up with number 59, Lynn Lilly. Pat Harker to the inside, trying to get underneath Kim Kittner. Kim Kittner holds off the charge, diving back into turn number 1 and 2. Kim Kittner, a little bit of trouble coming out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, but she's able to hold off number 79, Pat Harker. Lynn Lilly has her work cut out for her as these ladies really begin to battle. Jumps into the second place spot in that number 79 car. Now she's got her sights set on the lead position, but it ain't gonna be easy as Lynn Lilly really has her car set up right and is holding on to that inside groove, making it tough to pass. Down the back straightaway they fly. Here comes Pat Harker, first to the outside, then to the inside. Through turns 3 and 4, Pat Harker on the inside, down the front straightaway, side by side racing as they dive toward turn number 1. Contact made between our leaders as they get through turns 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. What a battle for the lead position in this, the first heat race of the ladies division. Pat Harker doing everything she can, tries the outside as she will try and get by number 59, Lynn Lilly. What a battle between these tough ladies down through turns 3 and 4. Once again, down the front straightaway. Let them hear it as they come by. Pat Harker on the outside, Lynn Lilly on the inside. Pat loses ground as she comes out of turn number 2. Let's see what happens as they approach slower traffic in front. On the inside, down the front straightaway. What a battle, what a show between Pat Harker and Lynn Lilly as they fly down the back straightaway. Battling to the nines. Number 59, Lynn Lilly holding on to the lead. Pat Harker switches to the inside. Contact made as they come out of turn number 4. That will bring out the yellow flag as debris is spread all over the start-finish line. Pat Harker and Lynn Lilly out of turn number 4 trying to hold on to the same piece of real estate.
Classy and put 79 in the back.
We'll bring out the yellow flag. Maybe a little conversation between Ples Tyler. Come out of turn number 4. Let these ladies hear it as they come by, because what a show they're putting on A battle raging between our second and third place drivers, Lynn Lilly and Pat Harker, as we are racing once again at Pearsonville Speedway. Kim the Big Cat Kidner finds herself in the lead position, but boy, she's got her work cut out for her, as Lynn Lilly and Pat Harker battling to get back into those lead positions. Little bit of body work done on that number 79 car. We'll see if that gives her a bit of an edge as she flies down the back straightaway, holding on to the third place spot behind Lynn Lilly. And there's one lap to go. This is going to be a drag race to the finish, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for Kim Kidner. Can she hold off the charge? How about ahead for Pat Harker? Pat Harker on the inside, jumping into the second place spot. Through turns 3 and 4, out of turn number 4, it's going to be Kim the Big Cat Kidner taking the checkered flag as number 79, Pat Harker, finishes in second place. You are not going to want to miss main event action coming up tomorrow in the 20th Annual Turkey Classic, as you can bet number 59 and number 79 have a grudge going on.
It's like a super fast racing surface today. Actually, if you walk on that racetrack down there, it's almost spongy.
Well, it was very, very nice watching these cars run around during the hot laps earlier, as we were showing 2 and 3 grooves without any problem, and the racing has proved to be exactly that.
Oh, very definitely.
And we're racing once again at Pearsonville Speedway as Pam Miller on the inside groove tries to take the early lead. But look out for the Unchained Melody Smith on the outside as she holds on to the second place spot, followed very closely by Jeannie Proctor in the number 65 car, 695 car, holding on to the third place spot as they come out of turn number 4. Pam Miller, number 1, begins to pull away down the back straightaway as we've got a bunch put together coming out of turn number 2, fighting for the second, third, and fourth place positions. Melody Smith seems to have her car set up just a little bit loose right now. But we'll see as this race continues if that handling improves for her. Melody Smith and Jeannie Proctor battle it out for the second and third place spot as Pam Miller continues to hold on to a lead, but Melody Smith getting up close and personal out of turn 2. Down the back straightaway they fly. These ladies really battling as they come down the front straightaway. Pam Miller holding on to a lead through turns number 1 and 2. Melody Smith in second place and Jeannie Proctor in third as the second heat race for the ladies division continues down the front straightaway.
You know, Steve, if she drove like that all season, we might be looking at the 1996 champion there. Pam had a lot of problems this season. Broke cars, broke motors, a lot of problems in her division.
Certainly seems like she's got that number 1 car put together just right for today's racing event as she continues to hold off the charge of Melody Smith. Smith's number 60 car really having to fight that thing through the corners as she's developed a bit of a push, but she is battling that car and holding on as she continues to vie for that lead position presently held by number 1 Pam Miller. On to a lead, but here comes Melody Smith on the inside with 1 lap to go. This could be a drag race to the checkered flag as Pam Miller trying to hold off the charge of the Unchained Melody Smith. Down the back straight they fly. diving towards turn number 3. Looking for the checkered flag. Who's it going to be? Melody Smith has trouble out of turn number 4. And number 1, Pam Miller, takes the checkered flag. Once again, a couple of great heat races for the ladies division, and we will be looking forward to a great main event, which will be coming up tomorrow.
Four-cylinder motorcycle engines. They have to be in production at least 2 years prior to being able to race them. The cars are 60 inches wide, they're 73 inches long, and they have a 1,200-pound maximum and a 1,000-pound minimum weight on them. Not a kid's toy. These things are pretty fast.
And we've got a green sheet, and they are racing here at Pearsonville. These dwarf cars really scream as number 43 takes the inside line. That's Joe Broom. As he tries to get underneath Charlie Correa. Charlie Correa's number 0 car holding on to a lead. Look at him jockeying for position, using 2 and 3 grooves as they come out of turn number 4. These guys can really fly. We love to watch it here at Pearsonville Speedway as we have got a battle ensuing for that second place spot. Number 43, Joe Broom, holding off the charge of Bill Dorsey as Charlie Correa continues to hold on to a lead down the back straightaway. Number 84, Mark Owens, trying to jump back into the fight. But right now, that battle continues for second place between Joe Broom and Bill Dorsey. Looks like Charlie Correa has that vehicle set up just exactly right. We have a yellow flag come out. Yellow flag condition come out as Mark Owens has a little bit of trouble coming out of turn number 2. Once again,
the other cars run over them when they're sitting there with the driver's door exposed on a track. It's better to just go ahead and throw the flag on them. So occasionally that kind of thing happens.
Now let's see what happens as the green sheet flies once again, and it's the first heat race of the dwarf car division. Charlie Correa's number 0 car just set up beautifully. She flies down the back straightaway, with the battle continuing for the second and third place positions between Joe Broom and Bill Dorsey. Mark Owens in the number 84 car now finds himself back into the fight as he is looking to try and split the two as number 1 Bill Dorsey gets underneath the number 43 car Joe Broom to move into the second place spot. Once again, Mark Owens having trouble coming out of turn number 4, as does number 43 Joe Broom. As the yellow flag will once again have to come out. Number 43 car slides to the infield. So we'll see if he can hold that beast together for the remainder of this heat race. This is the first heat race of the dwarf car division. And the green sheet flies one more time as they scream down the front straightaway. Charlie Correa continuing to hold on to the lead, but boy, he's really working up as that number 1 car, driven by Bill Dorsey, finds himself in the fight. Here comes number 84, Mark Owens on the inside, now the outside down the front straightaway, as he tries to find himself the second place spot. Number 1 car continuing to blow a bit of smoke down the back straightaway. Charlie Correa doing everything just exactly the way he wants to, and that number 0 car holding on to a wide lead over Bill Dorsey. But Mark Owens, number 84, who had trouble earlier on in the race, finds himself
guys might have learned a little bit out there. I think they'll come back with these cars set up a little bit tighter.
Charlie Correa's number 0 car takes the first checkered flag, and this the first heat race.
Might also add that Walden Webb finished second in CDCRA points this year on the asphalt with that 48 car.
Walden Webb on the outside trying to take the early lead in the number 48 car. Look at that ballet. 3 cars coming out of turn number 2 together as they scream down the back straightaway towards turns number 3 and 4. Walden Webb holding on to the lead as he just barely shoots in front of the number 06 car, Jesse Chin. That was a close call coming out of turn number 4. Jesse Chin in the 06 car tries the inside, then the outside as they dive towards turn number 3 and 4. Give these guys a hoot as they come by. What a battle for the lead position between number 48 Walden Webb and Jesse Chin. Jesse Chin on the inside, Walden Webb on the outside, down the back straightaway. What a battle for the lead in this, the second heat race of the dwarf car division. Jesse Chin, number 06, takes over the lead as he dives toward turn number 1. Walden Webb holding on to the inside line. Down the back straightaway, these guys scream as the battle continues. Walden Webb on the inside, trying to take the lead back away from Jesse Chin, but Jesse holds on. Down the back straightaway, out of turn number 2. Look at the battle between our leaders. Number 06, Jesse Chin, and 48, Walden Webb. Give them a scream as they come by. What a war between Jesse Chin and Walden Webb in the 48 car. Walden Webb on the inside, Jesse Chin on the outside, out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Walden Webb trying the inside line one more time, and Jesse Chin using groove number 2 beautifully as he holds on to the lead. Walden Webb on the inside. Cannot get by Jesse Chin's number 06 car. What a show as our leaders really begin to battle through turns number 3 and 4. Walden Webb on the inside, Jesse Chin on the outside. What a show it's going to be come main event time for all of these dwarf cars as they will be on the track together. Walden Webb's going to try the outside, now back to the inside as they indicate 1 lap to go. Walden Webb on the outside, dives toward turn number 1.
Oh, he broke an axle.
As number 06, Jesse Chin breaks an axle coming out of turn number 4. So number 48, in a fantastic battle, will take the checkered flag in this, the second heat race of the dwarf car division. How about a hand for our dwarf cars, ladies and gentlemen? What a great show.
Boy, I tell you what, folks, that's a tough break for that 6 car. He was running good out there, and he broke a right rear axle down there in turn 1. He nursed it all the way around. He come off and forward. It was really a piece of zit. What a tough break for that guy.
A hand goes out to number 48, Walden Webb. Once again, a very large division for this Turkey Classic. We'll be seeing a whole field out there on the race course together come tomorrow, main event time. Watching for the green sheet to fly, and it does as number 16 catches him napping just a bit. That's Bruce Johnson as he caught him sleeping coming out of turn number 4. Bruce having a little bit of a push problem as Henry Wesolowski Jr. takes the early lead, but we've got all kinds of problems coming out of turn number 2. Slip, slide, and away. As number 11, number 90, number 73, and number 23 all have problems down the back straightaway. We got a green sheet one more time. Number 16, Bruce Johnson, holding on to an early lead, but here comes Henry Wesolowski Jr. And Rick Brown finds himself in the middle of that fight. So does Sandy Sisk. At himself now in the 4th place position. But number 16, Bruce Johnson, appears to be battling that car just a little bit, but he is able to battle it around the corners and hold on to a lead as Henry Wesolowski Jr. in his new car tries to get back into this fight. We have a visitor in the booth here, Gordon. Number 90 really putting on a charge. That's Dave Barat as he finds himself in the 3rd place spot as he and Rick Brown tangle coming out of turn number 4. Henry Wesolowski Jr. attempting to hold on to the 2nd place spot, but here comes Dave Barat in that number 90 car, a visitor, proving that a visitor can do very well here. Henry Wesolowski Jr. spins out coming out of turn number 4. And that will move Dave Barat into the 2nd place position. Rick Brown now able to get underneath and move into the 3rd place spot as he is, and Henry Wesolowski Jr. continue to battle. But Bruce Johnson still not having the car set up exactly the way he wants it, I am sure. But he is able to battle that beast and hold on to the lead. In 2nd place, now trying to hold off the charge of number 73, Rick Brown. This track appears to be just a touch slick right now as Rick Brown battles out of turn number 4. Sandy Sisk and Henry Wesolowski Jr. battling for that 4th place position. These cars don't appear to have set up exactly right for the track conditions, and they are really fighting the track as Rick Brown spins out coming out of turn number 2. That will put Henry Wesolowski Jr. in the 3rd place spot behind Dave Barat and number 16 Bruce Johnson. With 1 lap to go, number 16, Bruce Johnson, holding on to that 1st place position. Number 90, Dave Barat, holding on to 2nd. And Henry Wesolowski Jr. holding on to 3rd, but looking for the checkered flag is number 16, Bruce Johnson. Bruce Johnson's number 16 car, sponsored by Wilson's Roofing. Racers Haven Hobbies. How about a hand for your first winner in the Hobby Factory Bomber Division, number 16, Bruce Johnson. Number 01, J.W. Harker. And our Hobby Stock Division track champion, number 32, Al Werner. As we are underway in the 2nd heat race of the Hobby Factory Bomber Division. Look at that field screen down the back straightaway as Mike Holmes takes the early lead. Look at that battle as they come out of turn number 3 with all kinds of problems. That will bring out the yellow flag as we have all kinds of contact coming out of...
Can you imagine what's going through J.W. Harker's mind right now with that flat tire?
The green and white flag flies, indicating 1 lap to go. A drag race to the finish. Al Werner on the outside, Mike Holmes on the inside, dive down towards turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race for the checkered flag. Mike Holmes on the inside, Al Werner on the outside, as Mike Holmes, number 79, takes the checkered flag. What a spectacular finish, as poor J.W. Harker could not pull it off for the drag race with that flat tire. But boy, what a spectacular finish. Give these guys a great hand. What a fantastic show. Mike Holmes holding off a desperate charge by number 32, Al Werner, holds on for the checkered flag. Give him a big hand. Number 79. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for more racing action? Let them hear it. You can do a lot better than that. Remember, we're on film here. We want to let them know we're great race fans. You ready for more racing action? Let them hear it. Then the green sheet flies, and we're racing once again as Kenny Miller jumps out of turn number 4 to find himself in the second place spot. He gets underneath the number 12 car to move into the lead. Number 57 goes high as he comes out of turn number 3. That will move the number 12 car into the lead spot. Duke Thompson trying to hold on to the lead, but Kenny Miller takes it right back. The number 2 car, driven by Roger Remy, he finds himself in the middle of that fight, but then has problems coming out of turn number 2. Number 99 moves himself into the third place position, as he has problems coming out of turn number 4. So once again, Roger Remy moves into the third place spot. Look at that battle for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th place positions. Danny Siegelke trying to jump into the middle of that fight, jumping into the inside line as they come out of turn number 4. Car number 2, Roger Ramey, trying to hold on to the 3rd place spot. Number 99 gets underneath him. That's Steve Tyler. As Kenny the Motor Killer Miller pulls away with the lead as he dives towards turn number 1. In second place is Duke Thompson, number 12. In third, Steve Tyler, number 99, being hotly pursued by Roger Ramey, number 2, and number 39, Danny Siegelke. Number 44, Jimmy, putting on a show all by himself, having trouble as the number 2 car jumps out of the infield. Kenny the Motor Killer Miller holding on to the lead. Number 12, Duke Thompson in second place, but here comes the charge of Steve Tyler, number 99, and Danny Siegelke, who finds himself right in the middle of this battle. Number 99 trying to get underneath the number 12 car. Duke Thompson trying to hold off the charge of Steve Tyler, but Steve Tyler trying to jump into that second place spot. Kenny Miller trying to work through some slower traffic in front as the battle continues between Steve Tyler and number 12, Duke Thompson, as they battle for that second place position. Of course, these cars wanting to finish as well as they can in these heat races, so they'll have good position come tomorrow main event time with 1 lap to go. Kenny the Motor Killer Miller is the car to beat, as number 99 has moved into the second place spot. That's Steve Tyler. Danny Siegelke gets underneath the number 12 car to move into third, but Kenny the Motor Killer Miller takes the checkered flag. Number 99, Steve Tyler finishes second. Number 12, Duke Thompson finishes third. Number 2, Roger Ramey finishing 4th. How about a hand for this great field of the Hobby Factory Bomber Division? Show underway as we will look for the first heat race of the IMCA Modified Division, and away they scream. Number 4, George Scott holds on to the early lead as coming out of turn number 2. As that will bring out a yellow flag and a complete restart. 1996 racing season here at Pearsonville. Boy, they brought the fans out because they really put on one heck of a show. We'll be looking for the green sheet to fly one more time. We'll let the scene speak for itself, and away we go. Once again, George Scott takes the early lead. Look at that. Turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Number 12, Ron Bartels finds himself in the third place spot. Tell me that is not beautiful racing as number 23 finds great show. Love to watch these screamers run. I take that back. That was number 4, Alan Updike, who's driving the lead on that one. Don't have that on my list. But we'll be watching for the green sheet to fly, and we are racing at Pearsonville Speedway. Bob Forrester Jr.'s number 96 car tries to jump into the 3rd place spot. Number 99, Steve Lithicom. He's in the middle of that fight. That's number 257, that's Jerry Novi. He spins out, coming out of turn number 4. Looks like that will bring out the yellow flag. The yellow flag comes out as number 257, Jerry Novi, comes to a stop right outside of turn number 4. Moves into the 3rd place position on the inside, down the back straightaway. Trying to jump into that 2nd place spot, but boy, he's got trouble afloat as number 4X Ryan Cole is right behind. Bob Cox, number 86 in the middle of this fight. Looking Bob Forster Jr. as he moves on the inside to jump into the 2nd place spot. Continuing to hold on to the lead over Bob Forrester Jr. But Bob Forrester really put on a charge. Ryan Cole in 3rd place. Todd Howard in 4th. Buck Cox in 5th. Buck Cox trying to get underneath the number 77 car. Todd Howard down the back straightaway. They try and dive into the same spot in turn number 3 as Buck Cox takes the inside line but can't get underneath Todd Howard. Bob Forrester Jr. in a tussle with Ryan Cole for the 2nd place spot as they have made up ground on Steve Greenland. Look at the battle ensuing as Ryan Cox has to back out of turn number 2 to keep from running into Bob Forrester Jr. Bob Forrester hanging on to the 2nd place spot. Ryan Cole making up ground. Todd Howard holding on to the 4th place position, closely followed by number 99, Steve Linthicom. Number 99, Steve Linthicom, moves into the 4th place position in front of number 77, Todd Howard. But the story right now, number 31, Steve Greenland, as he continues to hold on to a lead with 1 lap to go. Bob Forrester Jr. trying to make up ground. But here comes Ryan Cole. He's running strong in the 4X car. But looking to take the checkered flag is number 31, Steve Greenland. Gordon, what a spectacular show put on by number 31, Steve Greenland. Steve Greenland guiding that number 31 car to an impressive checkered flag finish as he leads it from wire to wire. Bob Forrester Jr.'s number 96 Rock finishing 2nd. Number 99, that's Steve Linthicum. He finishes 3rd, and what a beautiful car that one is. Gordon, these guys, to see this first heat race as we just put water on the track, should start out just a little bit slick. So they will really have to work their cars to make it to the checkered flag as we are racing. And Chris Smith, number 60, gets one heck of a jump as he pulls out of turn number 4. but that number 13 Alan Levinson truck jumps right back in the middle of it. Scott Bartell's right in the middle of this as we lose 2 cars coming out of turn number 3. Continue to race. Number 60, Chris Smith, doing a great piece of driving as he takes the early lead and begins to pull away. Number 13, Alan Levinson, holding on to the second place spot, closely followed by number 42, Scott Bartels, and number 17, Daryl McGee. Daryl McGee on the inside, jumps into the third place spot, now trying to take away second as he has trouble with number 13, Alan Levinson. Number 6, 17, he jumps into the middle of this fight. That's Sean Estes. Look at that battle for the second, third, and fourth place position. Sean Estes, Alan Levinson, and Daryl McGee all battle for the second, third, and fourth place spots. Daryl McGee jumps into the second place position. Sean Estes trying to hold off the charge of Alan Levinson. Give these guys a hoot as they come by. Alan Levinson, Sean Estes, and Daryl McGee all battling for the second, third, and fourth place spot. Don't count out number 42, Scott Bartels. Alan Levinson hugging the wall down the back straightaway as he tries to hold on to the third place spot. But he gives it up to Sean Estes. Scott Bartels in the fourth place position, but the story is Chris Smith, number 60, as he pulls away with a wide lead with slower traffic in front. Chris Smith with the lead. Daryl McGee in second place, Sean Estes in third, Scott Bartels in fourth, and Alan Levinson in fifth. And let's just watch them race, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Smith doing a fine piece of driving, holding on to the lead out of turn number 4. Daryl McGee trying to hold off the charge of Sean Estes as we have got 1 lap to go in this, the first heat race of the Super Street Stock Division. Chris Smith, number 60, with slower traffic in front, gets through turn number 4 and will take the checkered flag. Daryl McGee finishing second, Sean Estes finishing third, number 42, Scott Bartels finishing fourth, and number 13, that's the Chevy truck, driven by Alan Levinson, finishing fifth. How about a big hand for our winner, number 60, Chris Smith. This is going to be a very, very impressive field. Wayne will have his work cut out for him as he starts to the back of the pack. Once again, these heat races, ever exciting and ever important as these guys are trying to finish well to give themselves good position come main event time tomorrow. And the green sheet flies, and we're racing once again. Doug Thornton, number 30, taking the early lead. Contact made down the back straightaway between the number 80 car and the 695 car, and we continue racing. Wayne Kaufman making contact with the 695 car, driven by Jeannie Proctor on that last lap, but they keep it going as number 30, Doug Thornton, continues to hold on to the lead. Brian Gray in the number 8 car jumps into the second place position, but boy, look at that battle for second, third, and fourth. Taylor in the number 99 car, battling it out with Ron Workington, number 656, as Ron Workington works his way into the third place position. Ron Workington, number 656, looking to take away the second place spot from the number 8 car. Driven by Brian Gray, but Brian able to hold off the charge. Our leader continues to be number 30, Doug Thornton. It's that beautiful number 30 car, really set up right for the track conditions. Continues to hold on to the lead. Number 656, Ron Workington, has trouble coming out of turn number 4. Brian Gray moves back into the second place spot with number 99, Bob Taylor, holding on to third. But that's not going to be easy as Ron Workington jumps right back into the fight. With slower traffic in front, number 30, Doug Thornton's going to have his work cut out for him as we've got a yellow flag condition comes out. Yellow flag comes out as the car is stalled. They missed today's events. They certainly don't want to miss tomorrow, as you will have main events in each one of these divisions, and it should be one whale of a show. The green sheet flies one more time as number 30, Doug Thornton, continues to hold on to a lead over Brian Gray, number 8. Brian Gray, thanks to that yellow flag, finds himself very, very close to the leader. But he's not only got the work of trying to get by our leader, but also hold off the charge of number 99, Bob Taylor. Bob Taylor unable to hold off the charge of Ron Workington, number 656, who jumps into the third place spot. Jim McKenzie holding on to the 5th place position, but not for long as Jeannie Proctor, number 695, gets underneath. Although Jeannie Proctor, there you go, Jeannie Proctor loses a tire on the right rear in that number 695 car. She's going to try and keep it back out on the track. But just like Gordon was talking about, now that number 80 car, Wayne Kaufman, will continue to be in a pretty good position if he can just hang on to the race course and keep it out there. Number 30, Doug Thornton, continuing to lead over Brian Gray, number 8. But here comes Ron Workington, number 656, with 1 lap to go. Jockeying for main event position in this, the second heat race of the Super Street Stock Division. Ron Workington trying to get underneath the number 8 car, Brian Gray, but taking the checkered flag is number 30, Doug Thornton. And finishing second after crashing into the wall is number 8, Brian Gray. Finishing third, Ron Workington, number 656. How about a hand for some of our great drivers in this, the second heat race of the Super Street Stock Division. We got competitors out there with rubber flying, keeping it onto the race course, qualifying for tomorrow's main events.
You know, Steve, I've never met Wayne Kaufman, but he drove this whole race with a left front flat tire, and I tell you what, that's adaptable.
Street Stock champion, Papa Dale Cromwell. In the number 44J car, of course, that's Rick Welsh out there. Just got a correction on that number 1 car driving in the Super Street Stock Division today. That's Kenny the Motor Killer Miller. I'm sure Pam Miller is hoping that that name doesn't hold true as he's driving that 1 car in the Super Street Stock Division. Look at the battles ensuing down there as they go 3 abreast down the back straightaway. Number 65, Dennis Woolbridge holding on to a lead. Papa Dale Cromwell in the second place spot. Kerry Cecil holding on to third as he has trouble. Kerry Cecil, number 22C, tangles up with Papa Dale Cromwell in the number 01 car. Coming out of turn number 2, spinning him around, he makes very hard contact with the wall down the back straightaway. The Fleet Tech tow truck coming out immediately, as does the U.S. Reynolds Fire Protection Unit and the Liberty Ambulance vehicle. Papa Dale Cromwell, number 01, spun out by Kerry Cecil's number 22 C cars. They make contact coming out of turn number 2, making very hard contact, Gordon, with that back wall.
Well, I tell you, Steve, I saw that. He hit that wall hard, head on. He's probably running 40 miles an hour when he hit that wall head on. That's a tough break for Dale.
With the number 65 car, Dennis Woldridge continuing to hold on to the lead. Dennis Woldridge, number 65, holding on to a lead. Looking very good with the extra work that they put on there on the track. Dennis Woldridge doing his job and staying right out there in front where he likes to be. Of course, he'll be hoping there's no more yellow flags as he continues to pull away. Dennis Woldridge, number 65, holding on to the lead with number 22C, Kerry Cecil in second place. Jim Harker, number 79, holding on to the third place position. As this battle continues in this heat race of the Super Street Stock Division, these guys, of course, jockeying for position as they will try and get good spots put together for tomorrow's main event. More racing coming your way as we will have another heat race in the Super Street Stock. Of course, come the IMCA late models and the figure 8 competition coming up a little later. But right now, the story is number 65, Dennis Woldridge, who has led this thing from start to finish in spite of the long delay as they continue to race out here. Dennis will be looking for the white flag indicating 1 lap to go. So Dennis Woldridge trying to hold off the charge of number 22C, Kerry Cecil, as he will be looking to take the checkered flag in this heat race for the Super Street Stock Division, which will also get a great position come main event time tomorrow. So coming out of turn number 4, looking for a checkered flag, it's number 65, Dennis Woldridge. Dennis Woldridge taking the checkered flag with Kerry Cecil finishing second and Jim Harker finishing third. Each one of those figuring to have very good position come main event time tomorrow. Dennis Woldridge's number 65 car, sponsored by PRE Inland Towing, and a fine job of driving that he did. Number 28, Rick Arringdale. Number 5, Fred Woodard is also in the field, and Tom Kinney, number 17, as we got a green flag, and we're back to racing at Pearsonville Speedway. Contact made coming out of turn number 2, but everybody able to keep it back out on the race course. Number 57 holding on to an early lead. That's Steve Stewart. As once again contact made with a couple of cars coming out of turn number 4. That's the number 93 car, the 22J car making contact. But right now, Steve Stewart, number 57, is the story as he really begins to pull away with an early lead. Mike Willie, number 59, holding on to the second place position. the field begins to spread out, though the middle of the pack still completely undecided, our top three cars. There's your leader, number 57, Steve Stewart. Lilly holding on to second place in the number 59 car. 52J Rusty Stewart getting a charge put on by number 22. Michael McGraw in the number 22 car finds himself in a very good position. Steve Stewart seems to have command of the racetrack as he holds on to the early lead. Number 95 spun out coming out of turn number 3. Ends up with his door exposed as cars have to dodge all around as the yellow flag condition comes out. Number 95 car driven by Tom Proctor spinning out coming out of turn number 3. So we'll be watching for the green sheet to fly and get this race underway one more time, and we are roaring again at Pearsonville Speedway. Steve Stewart once again catches everybody napping. Coming out of turn number 4, number 59 spins out coming out of turn 2. That's Mike Lilly as he has problems coming out of turn number 2. That changes everything around as the number 52J car Rusty Stewart moves into the second place spot. Rusty Stewart, 52J, will remain in the second place position as the 28 car is a lap down, as is the number 93 car. Boy, all kinds of contact being made down there outside of turn number 4. That will bring out the yellow flag condition one more time as the 52J car driven by Rusty Stewart, the number 5 car driven by Fred Woodward, tangled together coming out of turn number 3. Boy, Gordon, I'll tell you. So number 57, Steve Stewart, just needs to keep his car on the race course and finish out this race to take the checkered flag and obviously a great position in tomorrow's main event. Steve Stewart's number 57 car is putting out a little bit of smoke, so he might have his work cut out for him tonight, as he and his crew will have to do some work on that 57 car so that it will be ready come tomorrow morning. The number 22 car spins out. That's Michael McGraw having trouble coming out of turn number 1. And with one lap to go, Steve Stewart just needs to keep all 4 wheels on the racetrack as he will be looking to take the checkered flag in a great position in tomorrow's main event. Out of turn number 4 he flies, looking for the checkered flag, your victor, number 57, Steve Stewart. We will get the remainder of this lineup out to you as soon as we get it. Steve Stewart's number 57 car takes the checkered flag. He is sponsored by Stewart Brothers Racing, Cooks, and Team Trucks, IMCA late model. I think we got ourselves a clean start and away we go to racing. High and low groove working as they come down the back straightaway. The number 04 car trying to hold on to the early lead. That is Ron Barnett. Closely followed by Jason Pike in the number 23 car and Robbie Bam Bam Whitworth. There goes Jason Pike on the inside as he dives towards turn number 3 and 4 and jumps into the lead. Robbie Bam Bam Whitworth trying to get spot, but Ron puts the pedal to the metal and holds off the charge. Number 17, Greg Boyd, right in the middle of this fight. As Greg Boyd tries to go underneath Robbie Bam Bam Whitworth. Robbie Whitworth has trouble coming out of turn number 3. His driver's door will be exposed, and that, of course, will bring out the yellow flag condition. Also looks like that number 186 car maybe came in a little contact with somebody in the race. Once again, a reminder, these guys really jockeying for position as they're looking for great spots for tomorrow's main events. And we're underway one more time as the number 23 car, driven by Jason Pike, takes the lead down the back straightaway, closely followed by Ron Barnett. Number 17, Greg Boyd's not going to let him get away as he dives into turn number 3 and 4 on the inside, trying to take away the second place spot. Greg Boyd doing a great piece of work as he tries to get underneath Ron Barnett. Ron trying to hold off the charge. And number 17, Greg Boyd jumps into the second place spot. Our leader, of course, loves to see racing action behind him because that just gives him all the room he needs to pull away, which is just what he did. There goes number 23 as he heads towards the infield, having problems coming out of turn number 4, and that, of course, giving Greg Boyd, number 17, a chance to make up some ground. So Greg Boyd begins to make up some ground on our leader, number 23, Jason Pike. As the field spreads out just a little bit here, now we'll be looking for mistakes. As drivers in the lead up here will just be trying to hang on to the race course and keep from making an error in judgment and hold on to their positions and transfer to good spots in the main event. Jason Pike has his car set up just the way he likes it, just riding through those corners as he once again really begins to pull away from our second place car, number 17, Greg Boyd. With one lap to go, number 23, Jason Pike trying to hold on and put himself in the driver's seat for main event time tomorrow. Number 17, Greg Boyd in a good spot. But there's your winner in the first heat race for the IMCA late model division. Number 23, Jason Pike. Finishing second, number 17, Greg Boyd. And finishing third is number 04, Ron Barnett. Jason Pike's number 23 car, sponsored by Jim Pike Well Drilling, Desert Pumps, and Vegas Machine. And boy, Gordon, he had his car set up just the way he wanted it. And we are underway and racing once again here at Pearsonville Speedway. Number 21, Devin Crockett out there on the racetrack. I think we're going to have a red flag condition as we've got two cars locked together outside of turn number 1. And at least give you a bird's eye view of what to expect next season. Now let's see what happens as we'll be watching for a green sheet to fly, and we're racing once again. B.J. Pearson having all kinds of trouble as he tries to get this thing underway. Making contact with the number 77 car, driven by Bill Bartels. A little sheet metal work for him. There on the front end of that number 77 car. Pearsonville, the number 86 car takes the early lead down the back straightaway. That's Scott Powell as he begins to pull away from second place B.J. Pearson. B.J. dives into turn number 4 trying to jump into that lead spot, and he ends up getting up that second spot to number 77, Bill Bartels. Number 86, Scott Pounds, really doing a great piece of driving. Once again, a spin out coming out of turn number 3 as that will bring out a yellow flag condition. but I think he's going to be all right. So how about a hand for Dale Cromwell? Let's let him hear it. Hopefully we'll see him back tomorrow. Scott Pounds just taking off away from the rest of the pack in that 86 car. BJ Pearson trying to stay as close as possible. But boy, that number 86 car really seems to have that motor dial left just right. BJ Pearson in second place, Larry Blake in third, Rick Becker in fourth. Watch this dog down here right by the fence line as he will try to race those cars down to turn number one. That dog has come out here and put on a show for us before. He is fun to watch. Number 86, just no competition as he really begins to pull away. Scott Pounds dialed in just right. As the battle continues at the back of the pack for the rest of the positions, but Scott Pounds all alone in the lead with BJ Pearson in second place. Rick Becker in the number one car trying to get underneath 24G BJ Pearson. As he has a technical difficulty, looks like something broken up in the steering as the number one car has to head towards the infield. Little front end problem for the number one car, that of course being Rick Becker. But that leaves the field down to number 86 Scott Pounds, number 24G BJ Pearson, number 6 Larry Blake, and number 77 Bill Bartels. All Scott Pounds is trying to do now is hang on to the track in his number 86 car as he will look to try and take the checkered flag and again find himself in a great position for main event come tomorrow. And there's your winner, number 86, Scott Pounds. Let's see who's going to finish second. Larry Blake gets underneath. Is this going to be a drag race? But BJ Pearson able to find the screws and bring it back in for a second place finish. Our winner, Scott Pounds, sponsored by Delco Gunite, Wayne Cox, Pools by Ike. And what a great piece of driving, Gordon. And number 27, Mike DeLuca, as we will be looking for the green sheet to fly. And back to racing we go. Look at that racing down the back straightaway, side by side, as number 15, Chad Rickenback, tries to hold off the charge of number 18, Bill Meyer. Bill Meyer takes over the lead with Chad Rickenback in second place, Dave Bird in third place. Watch this ballet as they come out of turn number 4. Number 18, last year's track champion, or I should say the 1996 track champion for the IMCA late model division, really knows how to drive this Pearsonville race course as he takes on the lead. Here comes number 15 on the inside. That's Chad Rickenback trying to take away the lead from Bill Meyer as contact is made coming out of turn number 3. That's what you get for trying to hold the same piece of real estate at the same time. Bill Meyer taking advantage and really begins to pull away from the second place driver, Dave Bird. Bill Meyer knows this race course very, very well. And he's proven it once again as he comes out of turn number 4, continuing to hold on to a wide lead. number 7, Dave Bird, trying to hold off Chad Rickenback, who takes the inside line down the back straightaway. Door-to-door racing as they head towards turn number 3 as Chad Rickenback jumps into the second place spot. Chad Rickenback has problems coming out of turn number 4, spins it sideways. Chad Rickenback, after making a great move on the number 7 car, driven by Dave Bird, drives a little too heavy through turns 3 and 4 and finds himself facing the wrong direction, unless of course he was racing in Australia. With that race, anybody can win from front to back. Bill Meyer, number 18, takes his lead on the restart down the back straightaway, closely followed by number 7, Dave Bird. And number 27, Mike DeLuca. What a beautiful car he's driving. I'll tell you what, Dave Bird's going to put on a charge. He's going to try and take the inside line. Now he switches to the outside as he tries to get now underneath Bill Myers. We got door-to-door racing action. Look at that race, ladies and gentlemen, as they slide through turns 1 and turn 2 down the back straightaway. Bill Meyer will be looking for the white flag, indicating 1 lap to go. Here comes Dave Bird on the inside with 1 lap remaining. Dave Bird takes over the lead. Bill Meyer in second place. Bill Meyer on the inside. Down the back straightaway they fly. Dave Bird holding on to the lead, looking for a checkered flag. Bill Meyer on the inside. It's going to be a drag race to the finish. As it is going to be a photo finish, ladies and gentlemen. What a fantastic finish in this heat race of the IMCA late model division. Ladies and gentlemen, give our drivers a big round of applause. A very, very close finish as Bill Meyer, number 18, makes it nose to nose with number 7, Dave Bird. I'm waiting for the official call.
I'll tell you what, old Dave Bird, man, he may be able to pass him, but I tell you what, keeping him past is something else. 10, 12 hours a day working on the facility. I'd like to personally thank him and all the people who have helped us out today.
Did a great job, no doubt about it. The track and the facility is gorgeous. Number 95, Rod Proctor, right off the bat, has a tough time getting out of turn number 1. More cars making contact as they attempt to go through turn number 1. I don't know if we're going to let this thing continue or not, as we've got guys diving all over the race course. We'll have to see if a restart is in order. I don't know what he's going to call. Nope, looks like we're going to continue to race as number 57, Steve Stewart, holds on to the early lead with number 65, Dennis Woolridge in second place with Sean Estes holding on to third. The fun begins as the field begins to spread out. And I'm just going to let the scene speak for itself.
You know, Steve, they have about as much bashing in the turns as they do in that figure 8.
You know, that's got to be very tough, Gordon. These guys used to turning left all the time, now having to turn right. Number 65 trying to jump into the lead position. That's Dennis Woolridge, but he is held off by Steve Stewart, who holds on to the lead position. Now comes fun time action in the middle of the race course as our leaders make it through with traffic in front. Number 95 trying to do everything he can to hold it on the race course. That's Rod Proctor. He has a hard time getting through, but he's able to do so. Close racing action at the intersection. Watch these guys fly. We should see some interesting action here as our leader, number 57, Steve Stewart, heads to the infield. with number 656 in the crosshairs. That's Ron Workington. Yellow flag condition comes out as the number 65 car comes to a stop outside of turn number 3. Once again, a tip of the hat to Don Pearson, Tim McGuire, and Larry Franklin for doing a great job with that. The number 617 car, Sean Estes, trying to jump in the middle of this thing as he attempts to pass the leader, Steve Stewart, who does begin to pull away. The number 52 car, 52J, that's Rusty Stewart, holding on to the third place position. But the field does begin to spread out a little bit as we should start seeing some intersection action here in just a little bit. As our leader, number 57, Steve Stewart, heads towards the infield with Rick Welch on the way. This is going to be a tight one. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, look at that action. Rusty Stewart trying to get by the number 2 car. Excuse me, that's the number 617 car. Sean Estes presently holding on to second place. Sean Estes has problems heading into turn number 1, and that leaves the door open for Rusty Stewart to move into the second place position. But dominating the figure 8 race course, number 57, Steve Stewart, continues to hold on to a wide lead as he heads back towards turn number 1. Stewart continuing to hold on to a dominating lead as he heads back towards turn number 1, lapping the 44J car. But we still have quite a battle between Rusty Stewart and Sean Estes as they battle for the second and third place positions in this the qualifying heat race for the figure 8 main event, which will be coming up to close out tomorrow's Turkey Classic show. And with 1 lap to go, Steve Stewart, number 57, holds on to a wide margin as he will go through the crosshairs one more time, heading towards turn number 3. Heading towards a checkered flag, and a great position for figure 8 main event is number 57, Steve Stewart. Finishing second, number 52J, Rusty Stewart. And finishing third is number 617, Sean Estes. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The finale to the first day of the 20th annual Turkey Classic right here at Pearsonville Speedway. We're glad you joined us and look forward to seeing you here tomorrow beginning at noon as we will have main event racing action to close out the 20th annual Turkey Classic. Please enjoy your evening. Hang out for a little while with us. Have a good time. Take a look at some race cars. Meet and greet as we'll be having a good time in the parking lot and the pits. You're welcome to join us. If not, please drive carefully going home. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow.